Hello, what's up everybody, it's Yoshinada195 here, back at it with another Black Ops 6 gameplay commentary, and this time I've gone back to multiplayer and started playing a little bit of SND, Search and Destroy. It's been a while, and this is a game mode that, as much as I find a little bit difficult and kind of challenging, it's the right level of kind of strategy, kind of complexity, and kind of just an overall difficulty to play with. And I think it's, if you can find a good squad to do it with friends, you're going to have a lot of fun. But in general, I've also been part of, like, this is a completely random lobby. This is just me by myself playing with some randoms. And if you have a good team, and everyone's kind of usually on microphones and they play with headphones and they're kind of maybe talking and yelling out some commands, and or just even just generally reacting and trash talking, you can have a pretty good time, I think. And so it is like a little bit of more, you know, it's not for everybody, and my friends have kind of complained about the, I guess, maybe difficulty. It's a little bit slower, and the whole, if they die they can't be brought back to life, really bothers them. So it's definitely, you know, maybe not for everyone in that sense, and maybe you just want to play something like with domination or team deathmatch. But to me, it's almost similar to Warzone because you get a lot more team cooperation and interactiveness in SND format. So I really enjoy it from that kind of point of view. Even if, you know, this particular, you know, lobby, I think there was a few comments here or there, but it's, you know, late at night and there's not many kind of just, you know, people talking, so it's alright. But in general, the overall vibe and the atmosphere of the challenge is still present there, so I appreciate it regardless. And from the beginning I thought, you know, wow, 2 kills, I'm doing not too bad right here, which is kind of rare for me. You know, it's can be a little bit very difficult depending on what kind of lobby you get, and, you know, all the players and the skill-based matchmaking. But, you know, 2 kills, I was like, okay, not too bad. And, you know, it seemed like my team was generally doing okay-ish, and you know, it's 1-1 right now, and that last round was just like, it ended so quickly, and I was trying to think, you know, it's always the thing in S&D where sometimes it's easier to defend, or then it's easier to attack. Like, it's hard, you know, and you never really know what you're going to get. Do you want to plant the bomb? Do you want to defend? It depends on sometimes the map that you get and the positions. You know, sometimes I found, you know, honestly, you know, it really depends, but I was going to say, stupidly, it's a 50-50 mix, but, you know, whenever I do go for the plant, you know, am I on the attacking side, I always try and go for, like, the quickest, cheekiest plant that I can possible, in terms of just, you know, getting that out of the way, so then we can kind of just overlook that campsite and to plant the bomb site and just make sure it's all locked down. But then sometimes I've done the, you know, different maps and game modes where it's just a lot more easier to defend for whatever reason, and you're just hanging back. And in this map here, for whatever reason, I think I was finding it that if we were defending, we were having probably an easier time, because every time we went to attack, you just kind of, it was struggle town. And right here, I was very frustrated with myself. I should have got this guy so easily. I shouldn't even probably have challenged him, because I know he has to plant. I've put the spring mine right there. I don't get what I was thinking there, just even like popping my head out. So, you know, sometimes that's this moment where I should have been, you know, quicker, reacted quicker as he's going around. That should have been my chance to go pop him. And since I, you know, have now half committed, I should stop, you know, don't continue forward. Basically stop. It's all or nothing. I feel like Mike from Breaking Bad, there's no half measures. Either you're all in at that beginning point, or you should hang back and, you know, let the spring mine do its work because you're defending. So now we switch it up and we're going to the attacking mode, and I think I started to believe a little bit more so towards the left lane, and you kind of figure out, you know, hopefully this path could be something that is just easier, because this bomb site's tied in the corner, and thankfully, like, once you had that plant done and we ran into nothing, you know, no enemies encountering us, it's all fairly straightforward. Like then planting and attacking becomes the easy point, because you can just, I'm just got my position here, I'm like running point, I'm making sure that, you know, in case someone's going to run through, throwing, you know, flash grenades and just frags to make sure that, you know, nothing's going to happen. And that was pretty much, I think, part of why we got this easy round dub, along with having like a team made like this, Utah 1 2 3 4 1, hilarious name. I don't know what that means. Just a random combination of letters and numbers, but having him as like a slayer in terms of just being out there to kill people, he's the go-to guy. So we can do the objective while he's out there just taking him off. And he looked like he was running like an, I know it's a warrior's blood, but is that like a combination, you know, from blueprint from the STG 444, you know, gun from COD 2, which is like a throwback and one of the best guns, you know, from that era. So I'm like, hey, maybe I gotta try this gun, because right now I'm using the AS Val, which is decent with this combination. You have to like add in a lot of attachments because it starts with like 20 bullets, and right there I'm just like, oh god. I started realizing that that middle point is kind of empty for a little bit, because they all go to that tower block, that house that overlooks the water, and I have no idea how my teammate did not kill that guy. It was basically kind of a 2-on-1, and he was covering his back, and he just did such a poor job. And Freako Jason gets a few kill cams in this match. It just takes him out. So yeah, with the AS Val, you need to kind of like add on like the attachments to go from 20 bullets magazine to 40. Otherwise, I don't know, it's just basically useless. And I think at this point, I was looking at the scoreboard and I was really like thinking, I figured out that I think Utah 1 2 3 4 5 1 was one of our better players, and soon enough I'll start like trying to follow him and kind of support wherever he goes, because I was like, you know, wanted to kind of be there to help our number one slayer, you know, and just being around his presence. And then from here, this is like a crazy sequence where we want to do the same thing that we did last time, and for whatever reason, Freako just, I don't know how he got behind us, takes all three of us out, which was disgusting, and that should never ever ever happen in an S&T match. Like, when I saw that occur, I was like, oh lord, we're in for like, now the tides are turning, like we're in for trouble right here. And Utah is like, I can see his like movements kind of on it, he's going back and forth and he's trying his best, and I can only imagine like he must be like, why did I get paired up with this bunch of noobs? And now it's like 2-4. It's already like, this is worrisome. And my score of like, I think I had 3 eliminations, you know, I think 2 in the first match and 2 in the first round, 1 in the second round. Like, it's gone to crap now. I've hit nothing since, and I'm going absolutely cold. I'm muting all the people because I forgot that I think by default all the settings are tied to mute all the players, and I'm like, crap, what if they've been like saying commands and I should be like, you know, responding to them? So I do unmute them all. And here, this is where I'm following Utah 1 2 3 4 5 1, and trying to be a little bit more with him, going to the left, and then I just completely bail. And I think it's maybe the next round. I'm like now trying to hold these 2 areas because I think I was like aware that that's where the most common routes are. We go between those routes, you know, pathways to get to A. So if I can kind of just linger around here while Utah 1 2 3 4 5 is on the other side, hopefully, you know, we can do a good job. And he just picked up 2 people there, and somehow, I don't know, my reaction time is just like too slow. Something I didn't get, like, why I can't get that guy, and somehow I'm still second on the ladder. I think just maybe I'm getting points for flashes. It's like really just a random kind of you know, I don't know, bonus points that sometimes it just, I don't deserve to be in second on the ladder is what I'm getting at. And this gun here is it, I don't know what has happened to Call of Duty sometimes, where I'm like, I guess it looks fun, but it's like a unicorn. It just like looks completely ridiculous. I'm like, what is the state of Call of Duty? Like, is this what COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 like died for? Like, so that we could, like, this is the current state of art. It's just wild. Like, the gun has a freaking unicorn, you know, horn on it. It's like, what am I doing here? So Utah's yeah, I thought he was going to be put in a precarious position because I think in one of the rounds he's got like 1v4, 1v3, and he's just, you know, try his best to, you know, duck and weave between the produce and the fresh produce, and nothing's going for him. So luckily we got a couple, you know, wins to hang in the game, and I was thinking, okay, is this the start of the comeback? The comeback is on, you know, 2-4. And now I'm watching Utah, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely going to stay with him, you know, linger around, or oh no, it's not. What am I? It's not yet. It's coming. I apologies. My apologies. Here I'm like, no, this time I'm not going to let Frico in behind us. I'm going to flash and grenade, and to be honest, that was probably just a little bit too much of flashing and grenading. Like, I just need to ease up on it and just focus, use the gun as the primary weapon. Like, that has to always be the good habit. For some reason, I'm just like, you know, whenever I spawn him, I'm just like, oh, flash, you know, get rid of those and let them recharge, and I'll be able to see people and I'll support my teammates. And, you know, sometimes the frag kill at the beginning of the match is nice. You got to go for that, you know, that first blood. It's like a throwing knife across the map. So I don't really get those too much, but in some situations I'm like, damn, like I should have just, And that was unfortunate. That guy copped us from the side, so it was a little bit like we got hit from both ends. And you can kind of see Utah right there, like he was like really doing, I mean, as much as he could, you know, trying to get that James Charles character. And then before he gets swarmed by Frico, who's just somehow always just, I think he was, I want to check the score, but maybe he was their #1 scorer at the end of the game, and he just seemed to always be getting these final kill cams. And right now it's like 5-3 match point, and I'm looking at our bomb planter, and this is where I begin to follow with Utah for definitely third time's the lucky here. So I'm following him. I'm like, I'm going to stay with him. I'm going to, you know, flash grenades and, you know, throw normal grenades, be with him, try to protect him as much as possible, because he's our #1 guy. And for there, I was like, oh God, please don't die. Thank God he got James Charles, and then that right there just absolutely annoys me. I was shaking my head so hard at myself. I could not believe I threw a grenade to protect, you know, Utah, and I go in after myself, and I just nade myself. It's like the most frustrating act of stupidity that I can imagine. So at that point, I was just like, oh my God, what's happening? I've gone completely cold to the point where, you know, no longer are the enemies killing me, it's me, you know. So I spectate these guys, and I'm thinking maybe there are, you know, could be a clan, because this is, there is another Utah on there, and I'm watching, you know, our #1 Slayer right here. He keeps looking down this alleyway, and it kind of does look like a shadow towards the back end. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you thought there was a person there. And sometimes I'm just watching like how other great players play, try and like see if I can learn something from them, but also try to, like, you know, I guess come to the realization that I'm never going to be like them, because they're just like, the way they're doing like these quick little movements back and forth, like firing one bullet, they've got like this kind of sense of, I don't know, crazy sensitivity, you know, put on them, where I'm just like, damn, like that, you know, how far behind am I in terms of the skill level compared to these guys? But thank God they're on my team, because, you know, we're hanging in there now. Like, it's 4-5, and I'm like, this is it, the comeback is on. I'm following Utah, and what's he doing? Oh, he's that good that he has an RCXD kill streak. So I'm like, okay, well, I've made a commitment now, so I'm gonna like hang back and see what the Squid Games master is going to do, and see if he actually kills anybody. And I was like, damn, nothing. I guess like it's probably safest to do it back there. I was thinking maybe you should have done it a little bit later. And right there, I was like, oh no, they're gonna get. I should have I completely failed in my Secret Service duty to protect Utah right there. Thank God I actually laid some damage on that guy and kind of managed to hide away while my teammate finishes him off. Because I was running. I mean, I'm ice cold right now. It's just absolutely dead for me. And thankfully, we kind of get a little bit of this, you know, protection at A. And I kind of do a bit of like a scapegoat. I kind of distract, you know, the gunfire away from my teammates because he's going for me. And in that process, they can pick him off. And sometimes it's just like, just being there, you know, present around the action is a good thing versus, you know, you're camping and hiding by yourself and, you know, just want to play very cautiously. It's sometimes not a good thing because, you know, you're not out there and about and helping around with the teammates. Even if you die, you'll draw in those attackers to try and get you. It's like a basketball game. You draw in those defenders to get you while you can then pass and kick it out to someone who's free. And that's what happens kind of there. So now it's like 5-5 and I'm like, we're all in. And I think everyone's like following Utah 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 right now because he's like the number one like goat slayer of our team. So we're like, yep, we're going with him. And I'm like, all right, we're going all the way around the map. I mean, he's like now at like the back end of this map. I'm like, Jesus, like, I didn't know you can even go like, I guess the sneaky way. This is probably what Frico did in the first few rounds. So I'm like going all the way around. I'm like, where is he? Okay, he's on the boat now. All right, whatever. Like, let's go. Keep going. Get away from the open space area. Try and go indoor. Try and go indoor. Put a spring mine there. Like, come back here. Like, all right, let's look at. Oh, easy target. Yes, let's go. Let's go 3v3. Spring mine. Excellent. You know, we're going on a roll 3v2. And I'm like, this is great. This is great. This is the match point here. And like, my hands are like so sweaty. And right there, I'm like, oh my god, I should have got this guy. He was so easy. I just should not have naded. I'm nading too much. I'm like, okay, I'm the last guy here. For some reason, I decided to jump across this window. I'm swimming. I'm going to get this guy. And then I was like, what? What happened there? Mistakes were made. Apparently, that part of the map is out of bounds. And I'm like, talking to my team, I was like, what the hell happened there? I didn't even see that. Why is that even part of the map? Like, why is that even allowed to go out? You like, it's like you can just swim out there and then you see the boat and that's it? Like, what? That was the dumbest, sorriest way, and I feel absolutely horrible that it had to end like that. I was thinking, this is it. Clutch moment right here. Here we go. 1v2. We've come back from, you know, from what, 4-2 down. I can take out 2 guys. Let's do this. Nope. Nope. Just swimming to my death. And that's it for me. SND, first round. Tricky, but I'm down to play again. I'll catch you in the next one. All right. Peace.